Hello, 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 hello. Great. Okay, hello everyone. We're here with one of our first projects. Do you want to come and chat with us for a bit? Yeah, what's your name, your title of your project, and tell us a little bit about it.
My name is Oscar Durant, and the title of my project is Out of Here VR. And it's not my only. I mean, we're two in this team. It's me and Dave Stain. hmm
Great, great. And what equipment are we looking at? Tell us about the logistics of it all. Walk
Oh,
us through it.
okay. So this is a project. Okay, let's talk about technology first.
Yeah.
I'm using a. This is called actually a butt kicker. It's kind of basic. It's like a butt kicker. Yeah, that's the name of this thing. It produces vibrations, and we connected it to this big plywood. And the idea is that it's gonna help us like simulate like vibrations in a subway. So that's why we also have this here. This is like the subway. When you're here, you're gonna be transported to like a subway, New York City subway. So we have this. Then we also have so it's a VR experience. So we have a headset. We also have a haptic backpack, subpack. We also have a very high tech piece of equipment, a fan. Oh, watch out with the carpet. Sorry. And it's connected to an ascent. The idea is that when you experience this, this project, is not only the visuals and sound, but also you use others' senses.
Almost like a 4D experience.
Yeah. Well, could be, yeah. You are gonna smell something. You're gonna feel something. You're gonna touch something.
Great, great. Well, we gotta move on here.
Okay.
But if you can share with us any, how can we find you? What's your name or?
My name is Oscar Durant, and you can find me on like all social media. I'm an Oscar Durant, Durant with a final D.
Okay, great. Great
Okay.
talking. Thanks so much.
Okay. No, thank you.
Where do you want it? Where's the camera? Oh, hi. Should I stand next to Julia? Are there gonna be questions? Yes, yes. So we'll chat in here. Okay, and this is your project?
No, this is the project.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So
Maybe.
you should come in.
All right. Great. So let us know what we're looking at here. What's your name, title? What is this about?
Hi, my name is Julia.
And my name is Sarah. Hi.
We have been working on since July the newest issue of Adjacent. Adjacent is the ITP IMA Journal of Emerging Media at ITP. And so this is our latest issue. It's the first time we've done a print issue, so we're very, very happy. It's printed in limited quantity, so if you'd like a copy, please come. I mean, this is going to live stream, so I guess you can't really come to the show, but we worked together with everyone on the floor, the student body, to like make this journal. We did a lot of workshops, zines, and this book is like really a community effort, and we're really happy to have it.
Yeah, it looks great. Can you show us the cover?
Yeah, so this is the cover. It's actually a funny story. It's an image of my phone in front of a TV. So here, I'll open it. Twan will be very proud. That's our cover. And then there's an editor's letter in the front. And then editor's letter showing some of the zines that we made. An essay about community at ITP that Sarah wrote. An essay about debugging the floor, which is really fun. And we had like this interactive activity of mapping where people sit on the floor. And that continues.
Looks great. Do you have any social media or website where we
Yeah, you can follow Adjacent on Instagram at adjacent_ITP. And we're also online. So if you Google ITP adjacent, you can see all of our past issues.
Great. Thanks so much for chatting.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks.
you.
Bye.
Bye. Yep.
Hey, hello.
Hey, how's it going? What are we looking at?
Oh,
What's your name and
oh, yeah, I'm Anvay. So this is my group project for Hyper Cinema. So it basically tells the story of an old man who is fulfilling his last wish of going to his childhood amusement park before passing on to the afterlife. And you can see like a blue glow around him. So if you tap that, you can trigger like actions like so you can help him on each step to make sure he gets to the top and then passes on to the afterlife. Yeah, so I all the designs were created in Photoshop. The animation was done in Unity using a timeline.
it looks beautiful.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, this was a group project, so I did the design. My friend Peter did all the animations and the interactions, and Deepika did the sounds and the backstory concept. Yeah.
Great, great. It all looks really great. If you have any like social media website that you'd like to share with us, so we can take a look at more of your work.
Yeah, sure. I think I have an Instagram account where I post some of my artworks. It's called Future Retro Art. Yeah, so that would be great. Yeah. Thank
Great.
you.
Thanks so much for chatting with us. We're gonna move on. Hey, mind chatting with us for a minute and talking about your project?
For sure. So, hi, I'm Adnan. This project is called Please Sniff, and it's a two-part installation. The first part being this jar smells like everything else smells to me. I was born without a sense of smell, which means nothing has a smell. Like all of these things that you see here on screen, like a soldering iron or a waterfall. And so I'm inviting people to come up and sniff this jar to try and mimic my experience. So for example, you want to sniff? Can you see what happens? It's all a blur. It's all a blur. And the thing is, there's like, these are all clips of things that I think have a smell, but I'm not sure if they actually have a smell. Like, does a CD spinning have a smell? Does the inside of a hat have a smell? Does a fire hydrant smell? I don't know, but this is kind of what I'm trying to investigate. Not having this sense means that there's a lot of the world that's missing to me. But for my thesis, this is what I'm trying to explore. And then on the other side of here, I have all these scenes are put up here, and I'm asking people to try and describe what these smells are. Because descriptions of smells is such a big thing. Like, how would you best describe what KFC smells like? Without saying, oh, it smells like chicken, or it smells like fried, or it smells like oil. I want people to think a little deeper about their descriptions, you know? And so, yeah, and that's Please Sniff.
Great. And if we're interested in learning more about your work and this project, where can we find you?
You can find a lot of my work on either my Instagram or my website, and that is Adnan Aga. So ADNANAGA.com, or on Instagram at Adnan Aga. ADNANAGA.
Well, thanks so much for sharing that with us. Very interesting perspective. We appreciate you. Hey, oh, should I, okay.
Want to say?
I'll, good? Okay,
Yeah. Get comfortable.
yeah.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about your project? What are we looking at exactly?
So you're looking at Earthsea. This is an immersive storytelling experience. I've always wanted to touch a star, and I always wanted to have a star talk back to me. And I'm also really inspired by indigenous like temescal structures. They provided a lot of healing for me, and so that's what you see here. Is like a temescal structure, and using the darkness and intimacy of that space. You can go in, be in a dark, little space, and you look up and see a constellation. And when you see that constellation, you're invited to touch the light, and each individual light will trigger a oral story from one of my elders or people who've really taught me a lot of things.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
And what's the takeaway you think from this?
I would say to like work with tapestry and fabric that exposes the branches rather than have it be covered was a risk. It suddenly became a tapestry project that I wasn't expecting. And shout out to my friend Lorraine who helped me a lot in that process. And
Thanks so much for sharing with us. If you want to learn more about this project or about you,
Oh,
anything
of
you would
course.
like to share, please let us know.
Oh yeah, I guess this is where I dropped my Instagram. I get this is. Oh yeah, well my name is Dre Hakome. You can follow me at Coca Rosa _. And yeah.
Great. Thanks for talking to us. Okay, we're moving on to the next.
Hello.
Hey, okay, we got a whole team here. All right, so who wants to talk?
I could start. Yes. So what we've got here is a project called the Bio Breathing Wall. It was made for the multi-sensory design class. Essentially, what it is an installation where there are two sides of a wall. Usually uses two participants. Both participants wear these biofeedback breathing belts. Essentially, what?
Because I'm wired.
Yeah. So there's two of them. And they stand opposite of each other, and as one party breathes in, a vibration is sent, or a light starts sent throughout the installation, and on the opposite side of the wall, the breathing element is translated into vibration through transducers. So we've got two transducers on both sides, as well as these vibrating pads. Those vibrating pads represent the breathing of the person on the side of the wall that's breathing. So the intent of this design is to be able to create like a relaxing environment where people can kind of interact and match the breathing between each other. We made it so that they can't see the opposite person because it makes it a little bit more reflective. You have to kind of match the other person without seeing them, only feeling their vibration, and creating that kind of dynamic between the two.
Yeah. Part of the idea of the belt is to encourage belly breathing. So just the simple idea that when you inhale, your belly goes out like a balloon. Then when you exhale, it goes in. And the possibility of relating to your own breath together with someone else creates this interesting experience of touching base with the way you feel, but also the openness to be able to interact with one another.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing. Is there anywhere we can find more information about this project? Either here or here. Oh, that's our. You can scan the QR code if you can show it in the camera, and you'll find more information about the project and our Instagram profiles. But yeah. Great. Thank you so much for sharing your project with us. We're gonna move on. Thank you. Take care. Okay. Hey, sorry to interrupt.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Hello. Chat with you for a minute, if you don't mind. Can you tell us your name? What are we looking at? Your project? Sure. Hi, I'm Bianca Gann. This is my project, ADAM, ADM. It stands for Abstract Drawing Machine. Yeah, and it's a vertical XY plotter controlled by 2 stepper motors.
Yeah, explain for us the technicals and what's the takeaway of this project? What's the inspiration?
Sure. I was just really interested in drawing machines, and I like to build things, and I like mechanics, so this was a fun project to figure out how to do. And right now, it's tracking this blue object through open frameworks. So right now, it's tracking if it's in frame or out of frame, and it's sending serial data to Arduino. So it just has 2 modes in what it's currently doing. But then we can change the color too. So it's just tracking, using color tracking right now.
Gotcha. Is there any way we can kind of learn more about this? Do you have any like social media or website you'd like to share with us today?
Sure. My website is biancagan.com. That's BIANCAGAN. And I have a page dedicated to this because it's also part of my thesis. And I'm also on Instagram at Bianca with 3 A's in the middle, GAN.
Thank you so much for chatting.
Thanks.
Okay. Yeah. Can you explain what we're looking at?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Priyanka, and this is my Howdy Handy project. Basically, at ITP, we're all working in this communal space. It's very collaborative, and there's a lot of energy. And so this is a product you can put on your workspace after you've plugged in your laptop and taken out your notebook to indicate to people whether you're open for chatting or if you've got a deadline and you'd rather people not talk to you. So all you do is you pick your glove of choice and then you power on the machine. And this way, it's like kind of a mechanical mood ring of sorts to let people around you know non-verbally how you're doing today and whether or not you're ready to chat with other people.
It's so colorful, and I love this concept. What's the takeaway from this project? What do you want people to leave with when they see it?
That's a great question. I don't really know. It's more of like an exploration in fabrication, and it's humorous. It's a joke, but yeah, I'm new to the city. I'm new to this program, and this is kind of like a reflection of my time at ITP and kind of.
Do you have any socials? Where can we find you if we want to learn?
Yeah, I have a website. It's priyankamakin.com, and I have an Instagram. It's at Priyanka something. So I make a lot of other weird moving machines.
Great. Thanks so much for chatting with us. We're going to move on.
Hello. Hi.
Hey, can you tell us what are we looking at here?
This is the subtraction class table. It's almost all of our works and throughout the semester. And this class we use mostly subtractive tools like CNC. We have other mill, and then these are made on the lathe. And then what else? What else do we have? Oh, hand router. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, that's our stuff.
This is a very elaborate setup. Can you, what's the takeaway from all of that we're looking at here today?
I think one thing I've learned about this class is that like how to combine all of the tools together. So I think especially like Steven's project is a good example of how like the router speaks to the lathe, speaks to the four axis, right? And you can combine all these tools to do more than you could do with just that tool on its own. So yeah, it's been a good example of seeing how we can combine all of these tools and methodologies together.
Gotcha. Do you guys have any social media website if we wanted to learn more about it? Great,
This
great.
is my personal Instagram account. I just post stuff that I make here. Yeah. And then here is, I believe, who's Leah? That's Leah. And yeah, I don't think anyone else has put their Instagram account in here. But yeah.
Great. Well, thank you so much for sharing it with us. We're going to move on. Hey there, hoping to chat with you for a bit about your project. Tell us, what are we looking at today?
Oh, this name knowledge, and it's a fake product. The thing they basically do is that if you put your phone on it, it will help you flip your screen, which means help you read. And then it will help you generate a poster that shows how many articles you read per day. And you can share the poster to your friends to show how knowledgeable you are, despite you actually read nothing. And here's the advertisement for this product. And it will be the beginning of a series of future products that help people become more knowledgeable, more healthy, more beautiful online.
I love it. What's the takeaway about the project? What do you want your audience to get from all of this?
I think everyone can have their own interpretation of it, but my inspiration of why I want to make it is that I feel like nowadays people become more and more homogeneous. They are chasing data all the time, so it's kind of an ironic thing that reflects this phenomenon.
Right. And can we find you anywhere? Do you have like a website or social media that you'd like to share if we wanted to learn more about your project?
Yeah, you can follow my Instagram. How can I share it to you?
Just for the audience to know what it is, but no need. If you just state like your name, so someone wants to.
Oh, let me think of it. Maybe you can just search YILIN on Instagram, and you can probably find a person.
Yeah, no worries. So if we come back, we'll be looking for knowledge.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks so much for chatting with us today. Strange happenings. We're heading over here. Hey. Hey. If you don't mind telling us what we're looking at, and if you want to chat with us a little bit, what is this project about?
Yeah. My project is essentially a choose your own adventure game. It's you basically just like press a bunch of buttons, and like each of these buttons they give you a decision to choose, and whatever you choose, it will affect the ending that you will get essentially. Yeah.
Any particular reason why you use this equipment, or what was your reasoning behind that?
Originally, I was going to use Arduino to use it like as like a classic video game controller. Though eventually, I just decided to stick with just using the laptop, since I was going more for like an old school browser game, like something that could potentially be looked as a older game essentially.
Great. If we wanted to learn more about this project, is there anywhere we can look?
No.
Any website, social media, anything like that?
No, not really. I didn't really.
No worries. If you don't mind just repeating your name and the title of the project, that'd be great.
My name is Aaliyah, and my project is Strange Happenings.
Okay, thank you so much. We're gonna move on to the next project. Okay.
So this is Quick Mad Libs. It's a game that uses Google's QuickBraw dataset and ML5 to basically allow you to draw a bunch of like pictures, and then it'll categorize your drawings into like Mad Libs. So Yeah. Should I?
Yeah, let's check it out.
Okay. So basically, it gives you a prompt at first, and then I might need to like stand back to draw, but like I don't. I think it's too bright, but yeah, you can like draw with your finger on the screen. So I don't really know what I'm drawing here, but we'll see. And then if you spread your fingers out, you can like stop drawing.
Can we find your project anywhere in the interwebs?
I think there's a link to it on the like ITP show page. So yeah, if it's not, I'll put it up there.
Great. Thanks so much for sharing with us today.
And you'll get to see like it all laid out together, but it takes some time. So yeah.
Hi. Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. Can you tell us what are we looking at?
Sure. So this is a project I created. It's called AI Artist. So AI Artist is a tool that transforms user imaginations into photorealistic images. In terms of how it works, each color on the canvas represents a specific element of the nature. So as you can see, the blue represents the river, the gray represents the mountain, and then this like lighter gray represents the clouds. So it basically runs on the space code model, which is a model that hosted on Runway. So when you click generate, the model basically identifies the associate element of the nature based on the shape and the color of the doodle that you draw. So in this case here, as you can see, so like it kind of generates like fictional scene of nature. Like for example, I can also try like if I add like some like tree, like I can do it now. Like so the goal represents the tree. So if I add something here, it's kind of like showing the area with the forest, and then when I click generate, you can see like it populates some like tree up here as well.
That's amazing. It's so interesting. What's the takeaway from this project? What do you want the audience to get from it?
I think I wanted one of my takeaway is like I think AI is really like a field with like so many potentials, and I think it like in the future there's like a lot more like a lot of possibilities that we can explore on.
So interesting. Is there a website or anything you'd like to share if people are more interested in your project?
I have a documentation website which is on my blog. It's I can pull it up now. It's hold on. Yes, it's this website. You can learn more from here, and then also like my final presentation. Like there's a that kind of show like more like the actual like basic info for my project here as well. So yeah.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing with us this amazing project.
Thank you so
Have
much.
a great day.
Thank you.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Can you tell us a little bit about your project? What exactly are we looking at? This looks great.
So this is your voice. It's an audio and visual experience. It's like around the idea that your identity is what you can voice or what you can voice yourself as. And for me, that was music. And so I created like this experience that allows you to move the controller and it'll create like different sounds and visuals compared to.
Do you want to give us a quick little demo here?
Yeah, so this is actually a looping demo. The actual experience is within the VR headset, so I wouldn't be able to like show you guys on the camera. But basically what it does is when you move the controller around, the particles move with it. And then depending on like the height of the controller, it changes the pitch of the sound.
Very cool. What's the takeaway from this whole project? What do you expect from the audience? Like, what are you hoping they're gonna get from it?
Just like a cool experience from like translating movement of the controller to like an actual sound. My inspiration was like I played viola, so the movement of the controller is very similar to how you would play like a string instrument, and that's how I wanted people to like sort of react to be like, oh cool, it's now like a virtual experience instead of having it to be like a whole string instrument.
So interesting. Is there anywhere we can find your work that you're up for sharing, or just repeating your name and title? That's fine too.
Yeah, so my name is Andy Cavendall. I have a portfolio, andycavendall.com.
Great. Thanks so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Have a good one. Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. What are we looking at? Can you tell us a little bit about your project?
Sure. This is Jungli.com. This is the debut collection for my brand called Op. The collection features 12 shirts, each depicting a 2-hour period, denoted by the timestamp on the right sleeve. And on the back, you can see it says load shedding with the affected areas. Load shedding is a process of rationing out limited resources. So in this case, Lahore has very, very scarce amounts of electricity. So we can see through each shirt the affected areas for the respected time period. Each shirt is unique, hand cut and sewn, and all the designs are hand printed through screen printing and heat transfers. Yeah.
Very beautiful. Where can we find your work at? Do you have an Instagram or website you'd like to share?
Currently, we're just showing the work off over here at the ITP IMA Winter Show. But we will have a website up in the next week, and we're hoping to officially launch the brand by May.
Great. And one more time, can you say your name and the project name so we can remember?
Sure. My name is Amin Ali, and this is Jungli.com for Op.
Great. Thanks so much for your time. Sorry to interrupt.
No,
Do you mind chatting with us for a few minutes? Just had some questions. What are we looking at? What's this project about?
This project is called Sound Waves, and it's a wearable headpiece. It's made of 3D printed materials and hand crocheted wire, and it's inspired by like wearable headphones as well as the ocean, and it's kind of like nature and technology and the intersection of both, and how like all technology, in my belief, kind of goes back to nature. And yeah.
Great. It looks beautiful. What's the takeaway from this project? What do you want people to get from it when they like walk by and look at it?
Maybe the beauty of nature, the beauty of water, I guess, because technology, everyone is always on technology, so maybe it's to always go back to nature.
Yeah, very creative. Do you have any like Instagram or website, like if we wanted to learn more about your project?
I do not.
It's okay, no worries. If you can just like restate the project name and what's your name?
Oh, my name is Jade too, and then the project name is Sound Waves.
Okay, thanks so much for your time. Hey, how's it going? Can you just state your name and what's the project that we're looking at here?
Hi, so my name is Ziyuan, and I built this tool for training neural networks in browser with a graphical interface.
Tell us a little bit about what that means. What's that? What's the whole project about?
Yeah, so let me. So yeah, basically this is illustration of what a neural network is. What this is useful is for solving really complex problems in computer science that can be solved with conventional code. But recent years, neural networks have been used in many other fields like creative fields, and many artists would use neural networks. So I built this tool here So creative technologists and students could easily train neural networks in a browser.
That's amazing. Very useful tool for us creatives. What's the takeaway from this project? And do you have any like website or social media you're willing to share if anybody is interested in learning more about this?
Yeah. So really, doing this project, I'm also learning a lot about neural networks myself, and yeah, I really hope eventually this could help other students, um, get further in their own creative projects. And so if you're interested, here's my website, and yeah, you could contact me there.
Thanks so much for your time. I'm gonna stand over. All right. So what's your name? What's your project? Tell us a little bit about what we're experiencing.
I'm Claire, and it is there are two parts of this game. Is the first part is a simulation game, like you can control the eye on the screen by your face motion, and um, every time you move your head, the eyeball will move along with your head, and then will not the buildings will be built. Then at some point, your city will be destroyed by disasters, and then the on the screen it will tell you to go to the next room, and in the next room you'll find find a reason why your city is being destroyed. So it is like the experience in two rooms compare like no not compare like they put up together is a whole game.
Very interesting. And what's the takeaway from this project? What are you hoping that the audience would get from this?
So basically it is like a game about like take some fun about figuring out the reasons behind the whole game, like how this game is run and why your city is destroyed.
Okay, great. And do you have any social media or website if we want to learn more about this project?
Oh, I haven't put out.
No worries. If you don't mind just restating your name and the project name, that'd be helpful.
Sorry.
Yeah, your name and the project name.
Oh, so I'm Clara Zhao, and the product name is called God Simulator.
Great. Thanks for your time. Hey, sorry to interrupt. We were hoping to chat with you for a moment about your project.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So tell us your name and what's your project name? What's it about?
Yes, I'm Sarah, and I'm a junior in IMA, and this is Mirror Lake, and it's a projection art piece that I've been working on for like a month. And yeah, it's about like some themes in my life, and I try to represent them through like an abstract project. So you can interact with it by like just turning this. Yeah.
Very beautiful. And I see you have a pamphlet over here.
Yes, I have a process booklet, so if anyone wants to like flip through it, they can just like see the whole process because I made this like entirely from scratch.
Wow, it's very impressive.
Thank you so much.
Do you have any website, or if we wanted to learn more about the project or possibly get a pamphlet, where can we find it?
Yeah, I have my personal Instagram here and also my art Instagram, but for my art Instagram, I just like started it, so I'll probably post later.
Yeah, just go ahead and restate the name of the project and your name for us so we can remember.
Yeah, so this is Mirror Lake, and I'm Sarah.
Great, thanks so much. Hey there. Wow, there's a lot over here. Can you tell us what are we looking at exactly?
Okay, so I interviewed two homeless drug addicts named Ashley and Anthony. That's why the project is called Ashley and Anthony. I made a podcast about them telling their story. And to go with that, I created an animation on P5JS to actually replicate the waveform of the audio and added the subtitles down there so that like people find it more accessible. And yeah.
What's the takeaway from this whole project? What are you hoping people get from it?
I think just like humanizing them in general, because like sometimes we just don't go up to them and like start talking to them, right? So when I interviewed Ashley and started talking to her, she talked to me for 45 minutes. So that means that she actually wanted someone to like come up to her and start talking to her. So I think it's really important for us to like not be scared from them, because they all have their own story, right?
Right. And if we're interested in learning more about this project or listening to the podcast, do you want to throw it out there for us?
I might put it up on Spotify soon, so I'll give you the link for that. But right now, we're still thinking about a lot of ethical issues
That's fair. That's fair.
with this podcast, since like I don't have any rights to put their story out there. I'm still gonna research on that, talk to my professors about it, and see if I can do it.
And can you just restate your name and your project name for us?
Yeah, it's called Ashley and Anthony, and I'm Kushihora.
Great. Thanks so much for chatting with us.
Thank you.
All right. Great. So can you guys state your names and tell us your project name? What exactly are we looking at?
My name is Shiqing Chen, and
my name is Yusha.
the project name was window making. So we are celebrating the day like changing with the windows in modern days. And here we make 3 groups of video with the sound we recorded together. And this is indicating as a sound. When you are moving the sound, you are actually kind of changing the daylight of the video and the speed of the video. So you are like the conductor who conduct the sound from the community from the buildings. So how it works is push it forward for the middle one to change the speed, and then left for the left one to change the speed, and then the right for the right one. Yeah,
It's very impressive and aesthetic. I love it. What's the takeaway from this project? What are you hoping the audience gets from it?
Oh, we're thinking that every day we're passing by the buildings, they're kind of silent. They didn't say anything, but the light changing are actually something the building are speaking to us. So for the audience, we're thinking by playing this can let them think more when they're passing by this like daily ordinary buildings as part of their daily journey.
Yeah. And if people wanted to kind of look up your project, do you guys have it online or anything like that?
Yeah, now it's not available on our website, but we will post it before next year.
Okay. And
mine is just Shiqing, shiqing.com, and
It's yuxuanqi.org.
Great.
Yeah. Also, we made some poster that out of just some visual takeaways that you can enjoy.
Great. Well, thanks so much for sharing with us. Hey, we're hoping to chat with you for a few moments, if that's okay. Great. Tell us your name and the project name. What are we looking at?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Leah. I'm a second year here at ITP. My project is called What I Can Remember, and it's a series of writings and drawings over an image of my grandmother and I when I was very young. So this is actually back projected handwriting on top of translucent acrylic. So if I put my hand behind it, you can kind of see where that projection is. And it's about a 6-minute loop of video that runs on this image. So this comes from a class called Medium of Memory, which is all about how do you take your memories and like think about them and honor them in your work. So this is an attempt at honoring my grandmother.
It's beautiful. What are you hoping the audience gets from your project, or what are you hoping?
Yeah. I'm hoping for people to just kind of take a moment. There's a lot of like really beautiful eye-catching projects here, and this is one that like is a little bit more intimate and is a little bit more like let's sit back and take a moment with it. So I'm hoping people just take a little bit of that like thoughtfulness away with them, and they can kind of dive into their own memories and see what they want to honor.
Right. Thanks so much for sharing. And if we wanted to learn more about your projects or about you, do you have anything like websites or social media you would like to share?
Yeah, if you want to find out more about me, you can find me on Instagram at leia.make. That is LEIA.MAKE.
Great. Thanks so much for sharing your lovely project with us. Hey, so we're hoping to talk to you about your project, if that's okay. Sure. Yes, state your name and what exactly are we looking at?
My name's Mashi. This is Joe. We worked on.
Hi, I'm Joe.
And this is our project. This reminded me of you. Maybe you can see through the crowd here, but basically, it's a living room that we've created. We'd like you to imagine that it's you, the visitor, you, the player's living room. And there are an assortment of books all located all throughout. And these are books that we've dedicated to you, recommended to you over years and years of friendship. And when you interact with the books, you'll see a note pop up explaining what we felt when we read those books and why we want to recommend them to you.
Great. And is there a key takeaway you're hoping that the audience gets from your project?
Well, we built this project for our hyper cinema classes. We're in 2 different classes, but collaborated on this together. And while we were showing the project to our classes, they were commenting on how political the notes or our perspectives on the books were. And so I think there's some kind of like politics being conveyed through the notes on the insides of the covers, which could be the significance on its own. It could also be some kind of portrait of an imaginary friend told through 2 other people in their lives.
Great. If we wanted to learn a little bit more about your project or find you later on website, social media that you're willing to share, what is it?
Oh wow, I'm on the spot. You could find me on my website, chiroplus.com. You can also find me by my Instagram. It's Mashyat, MASHYACHT.
You can reach out to me via Instagram if you want. I'm jo.stor.
Great. Thanks so much for your time. Yeah. Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Do you mind chatting with us? Let us know a little bit about your project.
Definitely, for sure. So this is a project called AI Loves Horror, and it is a text-based adventure horror game using the OpenAI API. This is kind of a throwback to old school like text-based games, but it is a little bit modern because it uses the new AI technology. So if you play games and it starts prompting you, it creates a unique story every time it plays, gives you a unique ending and also different choices. So I never know how it's going to play out.
but it is really cool because it does show that AI is able to create a compelling story that actually immerses you in this horror story, and it's pretty cool.
Any particular reason why you chose this genre?
So I think growing up, I really liked text-based adventure games, and I think I just wanted to see what if what if I were to tell OpenAI to create one for me, and it would just, yeah. And
Super cool. Yeah, it looks great. Um, if we're interested in learning more about you or your project, are you willing to share any website or social media?
yeah, so I have an Instagram that I don't really use, but is Iguanalin, IGUANNALIN. And I also have a website which I will post about this hopefully soon, AnnaWyland.com, which is ANNAYLIN.com.
Thanks so much, Anna. Hey, sorry to interrupt. Do you mind if we chat with you for a moment about your project?
Not at all.
Great. Just tell us your name and project name and what is this about?
Okay, so my name is Kat Din, and I made this with my partner Alexandra. And this is our game Displacement, which is a game about gentrification, and about the displacement that happens when gentrification happens. So how you play is 2 to 4 people will be playing cooperatively to keep as many families as they can from becoming displaced. And each family is represented by one of these little squares. So basically development rounds happen throughout the game, and property will get developed over and families will be displaced unless they have somewhere to go, like affordable housing, which you can build, or if their properties are protected or zoned, which you can also do in the game. And players win if they make it 7 rounds without reaching 10 families displaced.
So interesting. What's the takeaway from this board game, or what are you hoping the audience gets from it?
Yeah, so we purposely made it so our game feels very sad. You feel a sense of desperation and hopelessness, which is supposed to reflect the situation within the real world. And since you cannot stop anyone from getting displaced, or like you can't have 0 people get displaced, even if you win, it still feels like a lose-lose situation because there are still people who have to leave the neighborhood, or the people who stay have to be, put into crowded, low-income housing.
I see. And if we want to learn more about your project, do you guys have it anywhere where we can find it, or?
Not yet, but hopefully soon.
Great. And if you don't mind just restating the project name and who was involved.
It's called Displacement, and my name is Kat, and my partner's name is Alexandra.
Great. Thanks so much.
Taken, I guess, to see. For me, I think seeing these reminds me of
Hey, sorry to interrupt. If you don't mind, you can chat with us for a few moments.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we're just hoping to find out about your project. What are we looking at? And what's your name?
I'm so sorry.
Just kidding. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Base. So this project is called Typing Experiment. So it's about it's an interesting and interaction for making typing more playful. So this project discusses the relationship between content and image, and playfulness and readability in typing. And I was inspired by the process of me taking notes and drawing sketch along the books. So I think it's a relaxed process of being creative while writing down your thoughts. So I want to bring it to everybody's life and create this experience for it.
Great. And what are you hoping the audience gets from your project here today?
I want them to feel inspired by themselves and enjoy the process of writing down their thoughts and not being nervous of taking notes of their simple thoughts, but rather put it give it an opportunity for creativity.
Great, thanks so much. And if we are interested in learning more about your project, where can we find it?
You can find it on my website and also on the like the Winter Show website. There will be
Great. And if you don't mind just restating your name and the project name so we know how to find it.
Okay. So my name is Bei Hu and my project name is Typing Experiment.
Great, thanks so much.
So this is more like a BU meeting. Yes.
Hey, do you mind chatting with us for a few moments? Sure. Great. What's your name and what's the project? What are we looking at exactly?
Yeah, so this is the voice printer. My name is Ginny, and my partner is Ejon. She's downstairs currently. But so basically, the voice printer is based on the idea of a receipt. So a receipt is usually like a proof of purchase or a proof of a gift. And so we wanted to print out people's voices and kind of have a collection of a history of people singing or talking.
Wow. And what's the takeaway from this project? What are you hoping the audience gets from this?
Yeah, so basically what prints out is based on the pitch, and it's kind of like an encoded receipt of what you can't really like decipher what each person is saying. So but it's kind of like a history of, what exists and like people have spoken, and hopefully that people can like recognize what they have spoken and then come back later and be like, oh, that was mine.
Great. Do you have any like social media or website you're willing to share with us if we're interested in learning more?
Yeah, sure. So Instagram at jnny.kg and ejon ijon dot something.
Okay. If you don't mind just restating your name and the project name so we remember.
Yep. So my name is Ginny and my partner's name is Ejon, and this is the voice printer.
Thank you. Hey, I was hoping to chat with the owner of this project. Can you tell us your name and what exactly are we looking at?
Hi, my name's Mega.
And my name is Sarah. Hi.
So this is called Memorial, and it's meant to be a snippet of time, particularly at the beginning of the Iranian war. I mean, the protests that are happening in Iran. And it's a tribute to the women that passed away at the very beginning. We have one side which has the names, and one side of this tiny zine which has faces of the women that passed away. And we were thinking about this idea of a sculptural memorial magazine to kind of think about, to memorialize and hold memory of these women. And that's what this is.
Great. And what are you hoping like the audience gets from the project?
So they're welcome to come and look through this, take a minute to just unwind. We've had a lot of people unravel and then ravel these today. So it started out with very clean lines, but now we're looking at a lot of messy lines, which I think is very symbolic. So it's meant to be a moment of reflection for the community.
And if we wanted to learn more about your work or this particular project, do you mind like throwing some website or social media out there?
Yeah, you can find me on Lately About on Instagram, and you can email me at mg4967@nyu.edu.
Do you mind just restating the name of your project and your?
My project is called Memorial, and you can reach me at, my name's Mega, and you can reach me at mg4967@nyu.edu.
Yeah, and I'm Sarah Elix.
Great. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Hey, who's responsible for the project? Okay. Hey, do you mind chatting with us and letting us know what exactly we're looking at?
Oh yeah, for sure. This is this game called Snake Mist. Basically, we create like Egyptian world and let people to solve a puzzle. Yeah, basically.
Great. What are you hoping the audience gets from your project today?
Actually, I want them to experience this world and like explore, like kind of find the puzzles through the dialogue and also the hint I give them. So basically, like in the end, they will realize, oh my god, like it's all a lie or kind of stuff. Yeah.
Great. And do you happen to have any like social media or website if we're curious about investigating more your project?
For this? Yeah, I would definitely put it on Instagram later. Yeah.
Okay, great. And just do you mind just restating your name and the project name for us?
Yeah, my name is Ray, RUI, and my project name is Snake Mist.
Great. Thanks so much for sharing. Hi, I was hoping to speak to the creator of this project.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So,
Let's
can
see.
you come back to me after like 2-3 minutes?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks. Hey, do you mind chatting with us for a few moments?
Yeah. So my game is called Dream Delivery, and it's like a jumping platform game in VR. Yeah, you could see she is playing it.
Every time I go back to pick up.
Do you mind telling us a little bit about the technology involved? Like, what was the process like?
So we use Unity as a developer tool, and we have 3 people in the team, and I'm the programmer. Yeah.
Gotcha. Wow. What are you hoping the audience gets when they experience this?
I think it's like Minecraft, like you building your own road, but it's also like a roguelike game because player have to like falling again and again to know where to place the material.
Wow. Do you have any social media website if we're interested in learning more about your projects?
Yeah, my Instagram is Leah. Yeah. You could find it. Yeah.
Thanks so much. And just restate the name of your project again one more time.
It's called Dream Delivery.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, sorry to interrupt. We're hoping to chat with you about your project. If you don't mind.
Yeah, this is my project called 0 O'Clock, and basically it's taking you inside of one of my memories where I have something like I didn't say, and you can draw on the window of the car window, and then like the drawing will appear at the end. So
That's so neat. What are you hoping the audience gets from the experience today?
I think everyone have the same like experiences. Like there's some words that are like stranded in our hearts, and I hope that they can like explore new ways of expressing their feelings through this experience.
Yeah, love that.
Do you wanna like interview?
Oh, thank you so much. I'll probably have to come back.
Thank you.
If you don't mind sharing with us though, like if you have any website or social media, if people are curious to learn more about your project.
Yeah. You mean Instagram or? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can come to follow my Instagram. It's sihan.biu and biu, and you can check out my project there. Yeah,
And can you repeat the title of this project and your name?
It's called 0 O'Clock.
Great. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, that's all. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Can I pick things up?
Hey, do you mind chatting with us?
Of course.
Yeah.
this is my game. It's called Answers at the End, Pause, Answers at the End of the World. So basically, it's about you can ask a question to the machine, and the machine will answer you with an image, and then with that image, you can create an environment and then place it anywhere else on the world. And that place, for example, he went to Sahara Desert, and that will be the answer to your question.
And what are you hoping the audience gets from this experience today?
Hope the answer of their question, I guess. Yeah.
That's great. And can you talk a little bit about your process if you don't mind?
Yeah, of course. So this is the VR game that I created, and then it basically transform the AI images into a particle 3D environment, and then that they can put in the world anywhere else. So yeah.
Great. And if people are curious about learning more about your project or projects, do you have anywhere we can look, like online?
Online, I haven't created a website, but my email is always open. My email is junebee66@gmail.com.
Great. And just restate your name for us and your project name so we remember.
So my name is June B, and then my project name is Pause Answers at the End of the World.
Great. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Am I going to experience it, or can we have the audience experience? Okay.
Hey, I was hoping to chat with you about your project. What's your name and what are we looking at?
Yeah, I'm Karen, and this piece is called Floater. I collaborate with Kier. And it's about so there's the dust in our eyes are called floater, and the experience about simulating a floater flying into your eyeball. Yeah, and then we can get it started. This is our audience who just put the headset on, so it's like experience, VR experience. Okay, let's get it. So the whole experience is inside his headset. Maybe you can put the micro near his headset so you can hear like some sound. You don't need any controller, it's just about watching.
Do I have a headphone?
No.
Oh no.
You have the sound coming out, right?
Okay.
Is there any website or social media?
You can't see anything here? Oh, that's weird.
If we're curious about looking at this project some more, do you mind sharing like a website or social media?
Yeah. You can follow Kier. Kier, what's your Instagram? Okay, and you can also follow Empjoy Online and EMPJOY Online, which is my Instagram, and we'll post like a trailer there.
Great. Thanks so much for sharing your project with us. Hey, Do you mind sharing with us the project? What are we looking at?
Where should I look at? This camera. Hi. So this is my project. It's called With Soul. It's a VR experience, and it talks about like my childhood memory when I had my first crystal ball, and the memory I had at that age. So I wanted to bring that into my experience to help like people who have stress in their real life, and help them to release life and find the purest joyness like from their childhood. So this memory is about you enter your own crystal ball you had like in your childhood, and I'll have like voice over into it, and some like simple tasks for users to do, and then for them to interact, and they can experience a different world by interacting with the objects in the experience. Yeah.
Great. And what are you hoping the audience gets from this experience today?
Yeah, I would really hope that like during this post-pandemic year that everyone is really stressed, so that like from the experience they can experience like the light changing, and then some like particle effects by doing simple interactions, and then you will gain like the purest joy. And maybe I hope like people they can relate to their childhood like memory.
Great. Thanks so much. And if we can find a website, Instagram, or anything you're willing to share if people are more curious about your project?
I don't really have it right now, but I plan to like organize all my work, like including this one, like during the vacation. But yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, thank you so much. If you don't mind just restating your project name so we remember.
Yeah, it's called With Soul.
What is it?
With Soul.
Okay. Thank you so much. Hi, we're hoping to talk to you about your project, if that's okay. Oh, both of you? Okay. Yeah, so tell us your names and what are we looking at?
My name is Lisa, and
I'm Tom.
yeah, so we made a tactile light, so people can interact with the textile by pressing and swiping. You can select the color and also the brightness.
And what are you hoping the audience gets from your project today?
I hope they can really use this tool to select their favorite color and then visualize it in this like real environment, in the physical environment, instead of selecting colors on the digital screens.
Gotcha. And if we're curious about this project or more of your projects, are you willing to share any social media or website?
Yeah, of course.
What is it?
Sorry?
What is it, if you don't mind? Like if the audience was curious about learning more about your project or other projects you have, or if you guys don't mind just restating the project name and your names, that'd be helpful.
So the name is the tactile light. Yes.
Right, and then it's envisioned as a designer's tool for selecting their favorite color and then visualize it in physical world.
Great. Thanks so much for sharing.
Thank you.
Hey, how's it going? Do you mind? I'm great. Do you mind sharing a little bit about what exactly we're looking at?
Okay. Yeah. So for this light, this is an ambient light. I'm trying to make a light to control the light based on the environment instead of that human to control everything. So you can see if I turn this sensor switch on, it will start sensing the movement in an environment. Like we're talking, so the hands movement are really active. You can see the animation go faster and faster. So for this project, I want to make the a contrast to human control everything, but we use the machine to deliver what it sees. at the same time, we can, if you want some like useful or you want to control everything, you can just switch this pad, and you can like change the color, change the animation, also the speed of the animation, everything.
Do you fabricate everything yourself?
Yes, I do.
Great. Do you mind talking a little bit?
Yeah. So I use 2 layers of the acrylic. Basically, there is a LED strip inside, and the outside, and there are 2 layers of acrylic, and the outer side. This is the like a packing paper, like the foam. So I especially like the effect of the diffusion. So that's the idea.
It looks beautiful. If you have like a website, social media you're willing to share with us, do you mind dropping the name?
Not for now, but
Okay, that's okay. Yeah, and just restate your name for us and your project name.
okay. I'm Ankai, and this project is Motion Tower.
Great. Thanks so much. Good. How are you? What's your name and what exactly are we looking at today?
So my name is Cheng Bo-xing, and this is a holograph graphic I made, and the name is Homesick. Yeah, and so the mask, we wear mask all the like 3 years past. So I wanted to use that as an element in this project, and there you can see 2 hands hold a mask on the air, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, no, that's great. And what are you hoping the audience gets from your project today?
I think just to say, wow, how did it works? Like, cause there is a monitor on the top, but you can it's hard to see it. So I think
Yeah, no, it's very like captivating. Do you mind sharing like a social media or website, or where can we find you if we're curious about your project?
I'm good so far.
No, okay, no worries. Yeah, if you don't mind, just restating your name and the project name for us.
Okay, my name is Cheng Bo-xing. My project's name is Homesick.
Great, thanks.
Hello.
Hello. Just one moment.
Yeah,
Just a little closer. Yeah, we got a nice setup here. So let us know what are your names and what's the project? What exactly is happening here?
So I'm Daniel.
I'm Karina.
And our project's Neo Patch, and the idea is it's a wearable jacket with here. Why don't we try it on?
Yeah, let's get a little demo here if you don't mind.
It kind of explains itself. All right.
All right. So we've got so we've got these patches over here, and basically, Karina, if you want to pick one.
I mean, everyone keeps starting with the sparkles, so I'm gonna go with that.
It's plugged in. Is the light on?
Just kidding, it's not plugged in. Power's always important, isn't it?
It is.
There you go.
There it is.
And it turns on. And if we choose a different patch, if you'd like to pick maybe this one. Okay, sure. We'll go to the last. So every patch has a unique animation associated with it. And there's a little hood on it as well. And let's do the last one. A little lower. There you go. And so the idea is that each patch has like an NFC tag within it, and people could kind of like where, you know, there's like an app there where people can choose like the colors and the animations and create their own effects, and like at events and things like that, they could trade these patches and like kind of share their effects. And yeah.
What are you hoping the audience gets from your project today, or what's your goal, your final goal with it?
I think the extensibility that Daniel was saying, we were thinking it in terms of like, we already had a couple people come by and say, oh, this would be great for a rave or Burning Man, or even just like fashion lines in general. So we like the idea of having like programmable things that you can trade, as we said. And yeah, I don't know, it's kind of flashy. And I think there's a huge market also for just like flashy wear like this these days.
Definitely very like nice to look at. And do you guys have like any like website, social media you guys are willing to share if people are interested in the project?
My Instagram is Mr. Dan Noble with 2 N's, and
my Twitter is Karomancer, Karomancer.
Yeah, and just restate your names and the project name for me.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Karina, and this is Neo Patch.
Great, thanks so much. Hey, hey. Do you mind if we chat with you for a few moments?
Yeah, of course.
What's your name and what's your project name and what are we looking at?
Yeah, so I am Michelle Wu. I'm a first year here at ITP, and then my project is called Sculpture Coloring. I made this for my physical computing class in collaboration with my classmate, Bing Fan. And then, yeah, basically, you would point colored flashlights at these sensors, and it'll change colors for the sculptures. So if you want to do 2 colors for the same sculpture, you would just do this. And then same thing for over here. Same thing for over here. Like, it's a very interactive art piece. It's meant for like a playful experience. The message that we want to convey with the playful experience is that we're coloring these sculptures using flashlights, as we would do when we were kids using crayons and paper. Yeah.
Great. Amazing. Do you have any like website or social media you're willing to share if people are curious to learn about your project?
Yeah, I actually just made one today because I knew this is coming. Yeah, it's Michelle with 2 L's, MICHELLE.studio on Instagram.
Awesome. And just restate your name and the project name for us.
I am Michelle Wu, first year here at ITP, and then sculpture coloring.
Great. Thanks so much.
Can you hear it?
Is the mic working?
Hello, could you introduce yourself and what we are looking at right now?
Hi, my name is Strong.
My name is Olivia.
Welcome to the Observed Hotel. This is a Observed Hotel, and every object you're looking at is designed for this fictional Japanese Observed Hotel. We would start over there. There's the entrance of this room is demoing the door installed in every room of the hotel, which contains a reverse peeping hole. The visiting guest will be able to insert a coin and have the 10-second or so to peek into the hotel room. So inside of the hotel room, the guest will not only be peeked, but also have the opportunity to experience the coin dance offered over there. And moving over here, we have the dining experience designed for the Observed Hotel. In this dining experience, this is a 4-person tablecloth. All the guests will be wearing the tablecloth together and engage in this dinner party, literally be part of the dinner table. And over here in the kitchen, we have a remote control egg boiler. Basically, you would heat up the egg as if you're hatching the egg, and then as soon as the temperature reaches the threshold, the egg boiler here will boil the egg. The average cook time for this egg cooker is 4 hours to have a soft boiled egg. Here we have a hairstyle indicator. We're having a little bit technical difficulties with this project, but we can briefly talk about it. Basically, in this hairstyle indicator, you will wear it as a glasses, and you have the opportunity to part your hair based on the indicator. And moving on to more accessory in our bathroom, we have a teapot shower head. This shower head is designed by Olivia.
So this is the shower head that you can enjoy a bath experience, but during the shower, you will have this bath bomb, but it made in the tea bag shape, and you can open the cover of the teapot and put it into it. And then you will wait the water to dip in, and when you have enough water, you will tilt it and put it out.
So over here, we're also selling a bunch of travel kits in our gift shop at the Observed Hotel. This one is an electronic toothbrush travel case. You can use your phone battery to power a electronic toothbrush. It will actually work. One sec. To give you a fresh breath everywhere you go. Over here, this is installed in all of the bathroom in the hotel. It's an hourglass mirror, which gives you a limited amount of time you can stare into the magnified mirror inside your hotel to stop you from picking your face or overtaking your eyebrows. To reset it, after it's full, to reset it, you just flip it over. It takes about 50 seconds to reload, and you have another 50 seconds to stare on this side. And we're gonna move over there into further to our room. This is a Box Life nightlight phone dock. Basically, you have your phone dock, and you could plug your phone in there. I'll open the program that will be a light control. It will illuminate the bug's room, basically. And you have a bait for the bug, and the bug accumulated in here
It will entertain both your bug and yourself of your room. Over here we have a nightlight slippers. It will only turn on whenever it's dark in the room and you're wearing it at the same time. So if you're worried about waking your partner inside of your hotel room, this is a perfect item for you. And the last item in our room is this clothes rack over here. In the clothes rack, you feel free to put your clothes on it, but once the clothes accumulate, reaches a certain weight, it will drop everything in the laundry basket and make a sound. Thank you.
Wow, thank you for your fully detailed introduction. If we would like to know more about this hotel, where can we find out your guys' works?
Actually, this hotel is a final prompt for the class Designing the Observed, taught by Pedro Oliveira. He has a personal GitHub page that has all the information will be needed. Oh, and lastly, let's bring the hair power indicator that was having a little bit of trouble. Basically, you would wear this, and you will have the hair power indicator to tell you which direction you should part your hair. Cool.
Thank you. Could you just state your guys' names and the project name again? Thank you.
This class, we have, my name is Shuang. We have Addison, Anand, Julia, Josephine, Zoe, another Zoe, Alina, Lin, Changqi, Xiao, Rocky. Who did we miss? Zeshu. And Olivia. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go on to the next project. Excuse me, excuse us.
But I don't stand right over here, crouch down, as low as you can go. Okay, awesome. And it's reading your position right now, and it's telling it to play guitar. Can you get a little bit closer?
Guitar selected.
Great. And then once you start hearing the guitar starting to play, you're going to just move around.
Guitar selected.
Up and down. So you can go ahead and stand up. Yeah. So and see what happens. See what happens.
Place their guitar.
Your head, both this, and then for volume, down. Do something crazy. Do something crazy.
Hi, could you introduce yourself and what are we looking at right now? Come.
Hello. Hey, my name is Sim. My name is Alfonset, and this is Chichero Plus. And basically, it's a music sampler and LED speaker casing that you can control with the position of your body. Essentially, yeah. And yeah, you choose your instruments, and it will control the pitch of the instrument. It will control the volume of the sample, and you can have fun and move around.
Yeah. That sounds so fun. Could you quickly give us a demonstration?
Of course. Do you want to give it a shot? Do you want to give it a shot?
Okay, sure.
All right, I'll hold this for you.
During the process, we have to have the space clear so that you can only read our messages. So it's loading up now. Once we start hearing us down,
Piano selected.
left to right to control pitch. And you can go down, make it quiet. And pause it, so your hands down.
This is so fun. Thank you. Do you guys like to just state your name and your projects again?
Okay, yeah. My name is Alfonset. And my name is Sim. And this is Chichero Plus.
Thank you guys so much. Let's go on to the next project. Hi, do you mind introducing yourself and what we are looking at right here?
Yes. Hi, I am Sarah Fills, and this is the Virtual Void, immersive Google Cardboard experience for users to put on the headset, like she has right there, and go inside of the void. I can show you a little bit of it, if it will turn on. So you basically experience this entire thing within Google Cardboard, and there are these characters inside of the experience that basically talk to you about the relationship between like digitality and physicality, and yeah, how that works in the world, and just it brings about like this new kind of immersive experience for film and like monologues or singing and interactive experience. So yeah.
This is really immersive. Do you have a social media or a website that you would like to share if we want to find out more about your works?
Yes, I do. There's actually 2 QR codes here for the YouTube link, my YouTube channel, and also my Instagram, which is just sarah.fills. And my YouTube is also Sarah Fills. So yeah, I'm going to be making more experiences like this. It's my first semester here, so I'm really excited. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your experience and your work. Let's go on to the next project. Hello. Hi. Hello. Could you tell us about yourself and your project?
Sure. My name is Zoe Roberts. I'm a LowRes student, so I'm in my first 6 months of the program. My project is called Grubhub Dark Mode. It's a parody website on Pornhub and Grubhub, and sort of the immediacy of the food industry as it relates to like online sex as well. Yeah, do you want to see?
Yes.
Sorry. This is the sound. The sound's coming out of here. So there's lots of features. It's sort of meant to look like a spammy, trashy website. So there's a live chat. You can see people engaging in the live chat. You can order from a number of restaurants. These are real restaurants, but with like sort of a pun spin on them. So we have here the Step Brothers Cafe and Bakery, known for their family-style dining. Yeah, all sorts of sound effects.
Could you speak to
Oh, sure. Yeah, so what I was saying is it's meant to just look like a really trashy website. It should look familiar to some people. There's all sorts of sound effects that when you click or when you scroll will happen. There's also a lot of like hidden gems in the website, so you can click on various things and it'll take you to additional like punny parody websites. So for example, we can actually order from Brooklyn Cream, which is a legitimate ice creamery nearby. There's also a bunch of spicy videos, so it's content of people eating really spicy food, things like that. Yeah, but I had a lot of fun making this. The goal is really just to make people laugh. It is a live website, so you're welcome to go to darkmodegrub.com and you can access it.
This is such a great and interesting website. And if we would like to find out more about your works, do you have a website or social media that you would like to share?
Yeah, actually, I would just say go here, darkmodegrub.com. There's a link at the bottom that'll take you to further documentation. Yeah, my Instagram is Zoe Alana, where the O is a 0. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. I can't wait to try out your website.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's
Oh yes, and this is Jason over here.
Oh, okay. Could you tell us more about Jason?
Absolutely. So Jason's project over here, he actually sequenced his own DNA, and then he's turned it into music. So you can click on various streams here and it'll play. It's through the headphones. I don't think you'll be able to hear it, but it's really, really beautiful. It's just a sound interpretation of his actual DNA.
I see Jason now.
And he actually worked with a microbiologist to learn how to read his own DNA and do so like in great detail. And then he made a JavaScript website to process his own DNA. So when you click on a specific chromosome, it turns the amino acids into music notes.
Thank you for introducing his website. And how can we find out more about Jason's work? What's the social media or website? Any?
Yeah, I believe it's Jason Snell. I think it's just at Jason Snell. Instagram is where you can follow along. He does a lot of really cool stuff, so I definitely encourage it.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, could you introduce yourself? And what are we looking at here?
Sure. I'm Tashana Trebizzacci.
I'm Oscar Durant.
And this is our VR installation, Jean's Place.
Yeah, and we have actually one more team member, Francisco Navas, but he's inside right now showing the piece right now. So.
Okay, no problem. And how would you like your audience to interact with this piece?
Yeah, so this project is based on a person that is called Jean. It's a person, a member of the LGBTQ community. You know, he survived the AIDS epidemic. He lost a lot of friends, and he turned his apartment into some sort of memorial art gallery. So in this experience, people get to visit this apartment. The apartment is really magical. So we basically create a 3D model, put it on VR. So people interact by just walking through it and hearing Jean's voice. Jean tells you his story.
This is a really immersive experience. So if we would like to find out more about you guys' works, do you have a website or social media that you can share?
Sure. Okay, so yeah, you can find me online at tashanatrebizzacci.com, spelled like Tatiana, Tatiana.
And I'm in all my social medias is Oscar Durant. That's with a final D. Instagram, my website, oscardurant.com.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. I guess someone is experiencing now, but could you introduce yourself and tell us about your project?
Sure, yeah. So we're in a team called Under the Rose. There's Maria also, but she's not here at the moment. But I'm Angie.
I'm Christy. And I'm Sophie.
And we're all first year students in ITP. And we did this project as our final for PCOM. And the idea of this thing is it's like a private room that everyone can vent out all the insecurity or a random thought they have in their brains and mind. And it will be totally anonymous and secret because we're distorting the voice like in real time. So what they can do is they have these kind of buttons here and this light object, and they can press the first button to start recording and the second button to stop and the third button to play back. So it's more like a immersive experience for one person. And also we have,
we can take a
we
look
can
now.
take a look now, yeah. I want to explain.
Yeah, come in, come in. So this is our little section behind the vending machines. That is the machine that we just talked about. It's a live distorting microphone. There's 4 buttons on this machine. The first button, it turns red and then you start recording yourself. The blue button to stop. And third button for replay. So it actually distorts your voice and it replays back.
And the fourth button is for you to delete your recording you just made. That would be all. And there's also a audio reactive projection. That's a blooming rose. So when person speaks onto the mic, it changes the speed of the blooming.
Thank you. I feel like this is a really healing experience. I'm all healed now.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go on to the next project.
Thank you.
Hi, hello. Could you introduce yourself and your project?
Hello, my name is Lachlan Campbell, and this project is called Decarbonize. And so it's a game about the US energy system. And so in it, you've got 4 energy sources, and you are charting 50 years of energy in America. So we've got solar panels here, and then we've got wind power, we've got coal, this is real anthracite coal, and then natural gas. And so we've got a mix of all 4. So to start the game, here, I'll just quickly reset the board. Just 1 second. Great. So we'll see the price of electricity here, which we want to keep down, and we also want to keep the carbon emissions down. So we'll start the game, and so then I'll pick coal first. And so I just hold it up here for a second for it to scan, and then see it's added to the board right there. And so energy price has dropped because of the coal. So maybe we'll want to add more coal. But you'll see carbon emissions are quickly increasing here as time ticks by. And so we could start installing some wind power right here. So that means that there's extra demand, and so I'll fulfill it by installing more energy. So then maybe we'll try solar. So you can choose any energy sources you like, and they all have different trade-offs. And so you can see this energy price is creeping up over time. And so the price of renewables is really high up front, but then goes down over time. So we'll just let the game run out here. It's from 2000 to 2050. And so I encourage people to play it a few different times and kind of see the different trade-offs. Because if I restart and then install solar immediately, you'll see energy prices spike way up 10x because it was a really difficult investment to make early on, but it pays off over time. So it's a kind of explorable interaction to see the trade-offs of energy.
This is such an educational and fun game. If we would like to find out more about your works, do you have a social media or website you would like to share?
Sure. The QR code is right here. I'm at LachlanJC on Twitter or LachlanJC.com right here. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
This is the second project.
Oh, I was like, wait. I feel like one person with eyes.
So,
哦，他没有跟你来。
Oh, sure. Hey, hey.
Hi.
How you guys doing?
Good. Could you introduce yourself and your amazing work here?
Hank, this is Be Real Real, and it's a photo booth that will basically capture the realist version of yourself. It'd be nicer if you try yourself. Yeah.
How do you want your audience to interact with it?
Well, it's supposed to be on men, so I'm not supposed to introduce this to you. So it'd be, it's gonna be the show's gonna be on until tomorrow. So if you have time, come over, take a look, have fun with it. It'll be fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
What kind of technology did you use, or what's the creating process here? Yeah, like the whole piece.
Everything is on Raspberry Pi, and just a lot of script that runs it, and it's basically just a monitor behind it. It looks kind of magical, but it's a two-way piracy film. So yeah, and it's a playful spin on Be Real. So yeah, that's about it. Do you have any questions? I do better with questions.
So if we would like to find out more about your works, do you have a website or social media you would like to share?
Oh, I'm setting up my website right now, but also this website. But if you want to find me, my handle on Instagram is Hank is that you. So Hank is that you. That's it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great one.
Wait, here. Everybody.
Hi.
Hi
Could
there.
you introduce yourself and this cute artwork?
Hi, my name is Mashi. This is Fifi's quantum tuna cans that I built for my physical computing class this semester. Basically, it's a simulation of some basic principles of quantum physics and quantum computing using this very cute activity of feeding a cat. Uh, the way it works is that you start by pressing this button here, and you see Fifi, our cat, give us a little cute reaction. But what happens when you turn the can is you see that Fifi comes closer or further away. Basically, the closer Fifi is, the more likely there's actually tuna inside the can. But let's see what happens when we try to open the can again. So this time, it looks like we had pretty great odds of seeing tuna inside the can. But what happens if instead it looks pretty unlikely? Oh, well, this time again, even though we only had 10% chance, looks like Fifi got lucky and got some food. So you can learn a little bit about the principles that I talked about earlier through this series of slides here. Our hope is that people get a little bit of an introduction to quantum computing, enough for them to maybe try learning a little bit more by themselves.
Thank you for sharing your project. Do you have a website or social media you would like to share?
Sure. My Instagram is Mashyacht, MASHYACHT, and my website is Chairo Plus. That's CHAIROPLUS.com.
Thank you.
Thank you.
you can use this part as
Hi. Hi, could you introduce yourself and your project here?
Yeah, hi, I'm Chen Hongtang, and this is my project. It's called Marble Run, and it's just a marble run track, and you can press these two buttons to change the servos here. So you can make them into different tracks, and basically that's it. Yeah.
This reminds me of my childhood. If we would like to find out more about your work, do you have a website or social media you would like to share?
Actually, no. Currently, yeah.
No problem. Thank you. Hey, could you introduce yourself and your project?
Hi, I'm Peter. This is my project Button Smasher. It's a reaction-based game. Would you like to play?
Of course. Tell us how do we play
Yeah,
this?
yeah. So you press the button. I'm gonna press this to start, and then you have to press it when it lights up. Whenever. Okay, ready?
I was like making the button.
What?
I won't. I hurt my finger. Thank you. And if we would like to find out more about your work, do you have a website or social media you would like to share?
I have my email.
Sure.
Sure. Okay. hnz203@nyu.edu.
Thank you so much. Hello, could you tell us who you are and what we are looking at here?
Hi, I'm Xiaoran, and my project is a claw machine called Rescue Me. You have to use a joystick to control the robot arm and let them save the little toy from the building in the fire, and then drop them in a safe place out here. Yeah.
This is so cute. How did you make these cute doll?
Oh, I just buy it. I just buy it on Amazon.
What technology did you use in this project?
Just the Arduino, the 4 servo motors, and 2 joysticks. That's all.
Amazing. And if we would like to find out more about your work, do you have a social media or website you would like to share?
Sorry, I don't have a website yet. Sorry.
No problem. Thank you for sharing your project. Hello.
Hi.
Could you tell us about yourself and your project here?
Sure. My name is Lily. My name is Lily. I'm a first year at ITP. This is my game, Cosmic Catch and Dodge. It's a totally touchless game where you use 2 distance sensors and hand movements to control an object on the screen. And you want to catch the blue circles, avoid the red ones. It's meant to be intentionally kind of difficult, sort of like a mind game of which way moves it up, which way moves it down. It's potentially supposed to be difficult, but not so difficult that you don't want to play again. It's meant to be an iterative process where you get better at it the more you go along. And yeah, this is a combined final for physical computing and ICM.
This is amazing. So, what technology did you use in this project, and do you find it challenging in making the game?
Yeah. So I use two distance sensors to control the movements, and this is running in P5. The game is all P5. The hardest part for me was the fabrication because I never really built anything physical before. But using the two distance sensors was pretty simple, and the game was one that I had made for another class previously, so it was just about adding on to it and to fix it up a little bit for this final version.
This is a really fun game, I would say. So if we would like to find out more about your work, do you have a social media or website you would like to share?
Yeah, my website is lilycrandall.com. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I think we're not all being able to see.
So this is our project. Hi, could you introduce yourself and your project here?
I'm Deepika,
Hi, I'm Matthew.
Drawer.
and our project's called I'm Smart in My Own Language. It was basically inspired by an ITP classmate of ours that basically had difficulty describing themselves and their thoughts in English. And but they felt that they were smart in their own language. So our project was based on synthetic media and how English, how they're all trained on English data sets primarily. And so we asked 7 different of our ITP classmates to describe images that we showed them over here in their native languages. And then we fed those as prompts into a Google Translate API that we attached to Stable Diffusion. And these are the images that it generated.
So right there, all 49 of those images, column by column, we have first Farsi and then Mandarin, I believe Portuguese, and so on down the line. And those are all the first shot generations from the Stable Diffusion model as we had plugged in the Google Translate AI. We didn't sort of specially pick any images that we thought particularly matched the prompts, and then the actual prompts they were fed are displayed underneath. So this is a way of trying to discern like what happens when you interface with these AI models from the not just from the context of different languages, but from different cultural contexts, different knowledge bases. Like, are you able to recognize the things in the original images we had people write these prompts based on or not?
Yeah, I would just add everything you said is great, but I would just add that for me, what's charming about this piece, we couldn't really anticipate what will come out of these images once people started describing them. And if you look closely at the images, there are some similarities between them, but there are also a lot of differences that come from the way people describe things in different languages, the way that AI interpret different meanings of different words and all of that, and how all of it is kind of being translated also by an AI model. And so yeah, this is pretty much our piece. Do you all have anything else to add?
Yeah, just how different cultural contexts and how different cultural contexts can sometimes get missed and lost in translation, and also that these images are only being tagged in English and are trained on English data sets. So what is getting lost in some of the nuances that aren't getting captured necessarily all the time. So yeah, I think that was something we...
Thank you for sharing this important message. And do you guys have a portfolio website or social media you would like to share?
Yes,
if we would like to find out more about your work.
Can you see this? We have we can show you we have a little QR code that we can show
Yeah,
you.
show your QR code.
Right.
Yeah. Show your QR code.
But yeah, we can show the camera. If you want more information about this project, you can take a screenshot right now. You have this QR code and you can access.
And you can read about the project.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hello, could you introduce yourself and your work?
Hi, I'm Michelle, and I'm second year ITP student.
Hi, I'm Ziye. I'm a
first year IDM student.
And our project is a wearable game, and it's like we use conductive fabric as a circuit, and this is a positive and this is a negative, and people can use these chess pieces to play board game on people's back.
And we encourage different people, strangers, friends, not just people who wear it because it's on someone's back. So that people can now just turn 100 degrees to just view the whole board. So we want to provide them a platform and encourage people to communicate each other via a game way. So, and it's really convenient. So people I can go everywhere, the subways, the WTC World Center, or just on the street. People can just, oh, what is it? And just gather and play it together. And that's it.
Nice, may I?
Of course, go ahead.
Wow, this is a really fun wearable game. Oh. If we would like to find out more about your works, do you have a website or social media that you guys would like to share?
Yeah, my website is Michelle Xu Fan. It's MICHELLEXU.FUN.
My website is ziyezhang.net, ZIYEZHANG.NET. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Hi, how are you? Could you introduce yourself and your work?
Okay, hello. My name is Na Kyung Yoon, and this is my project called Bulb Wave. And basically, you can play around with the potentiometers, and then each of the potentiometer has a value for A to C, and it will show on the monitor as A to C from the bottom to top. And you can control the potentiometer and then make any 5 letters.
Oh, so
into the wave record.
I would just spin on those notes.
Yeah, sure.
This is really fun. What technology did you use in this project?
I use a P5J sketch for the making the grid and the waveform, and also I connected with Arduino as a serious communication.
Thank you for sharing. And if we would like to find out more about your work, do you have a website or social media that you could share with us, or you would like to share?
Currently, I didn't update it yet, but I have a website. It's nkyoun.com. That's my website.
Thank you for sharing.
Hi. How are you? Where should I stand?
Hi. Could you introduce yourself and your project here?
Yeah, of course. Where's the camera? Oh, that's the camera. Hi. My name is Long, and this is my partner Joanne. And yeah, our project is a P5 game controller, which lets you physically control a few P5 games and let you physically control the joystick, the buttons, and sliders. And do you want to take a look at our project?
Sure, I would like to play on it.
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first one. And there's the instructions here. And you're using like 3 sliders right here. And right.
Oh.
It's controlling y-axis and the x position and the size of the.
Oh. Oh.
And they're like colliding each other.
Does that mean I'm winning or not?
No, it's just for the visuals.
Nice. This is really awesome. Do you have another game I can try, or you want to show? Yeah. Oh.
Using this diagram. So these two, but these two,
Oh.
and then the push button.
Oh, so chaotic. Nice. Oh. Oh.
It's just these two.
This is really fun. Wow.
There's this drawing game.
If you want to use this joystick, and then if we click the button, it's gonna, we can start drawing
Oh.
by moving
Nice.
the joystick.
So sick. Wow. Do you guys have any social media or website that you would like to share?
Yeah, the website.
Okay, so this is the website.
Yeah.
So if we want to play the games, we can go to this website.
Yeah.
Okay, and
No,
then,
you would need a console, like the game console.
okay, and this is the social media handle.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so do you also want to share your social media, or yeah, you can just speak on?
Sorry?
Do you have a social media or website that URL you would like to tell people?
Oh yeah, the website is ISCODD, ISCODD, and the Instagram account is the same as this one. Yeah, thank you.
My website is joannemyeong.com, and I don't have a social media.
Thank you for sharing. Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Could you introduce yourself and your work?
Oh, hi, I'm Jing Xi, and I am a second year ITP student. This is my project. It's an anti-drawing machine. It is trying to like not allow the player to draw the thing they want. When the player they move their hands, and the board will follow. Do you want to try it? But yeah, let's go this way. Oh, sorry. Would you mind to have this in place? Thank you. Yeah, you can just draw anything you want, and probably you can also like mimic this sketch also. We're trying to erase your hand movement. Trying to erase your hand movement. And the focus point is like over here. So if you're like, yeah. Yay, you made it. ITP. Yay.
Thank you for sharing your project. If we would like to find out more about your work, do you have a website or social media you can share?
My Instagram is YEDINAYANG. And also my website is www.YEDIANYANG.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for having me. Hi.
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 Could you introduce yourself and what we are looking at right here?
So my name is Josh, and this is Big Josh. Where should I be looking? I don't know. What would you like to know about Big Josh? You should.
Everything.
Oh, well, he's super angry, and he likes to swear a lot. And he did a performance last week. The footage you can see on this.
So the performance Big Josh did is right here.
Yeah, I was playing on this iPod Nano. I don't know if you can see this. No one can see this. It's okay.
We can try showing this. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna show this to our audience. So, what
It doesn't mean anything. I'm so sorry. We just had a cake on our performance as a prop.
Well, I would say the performance was wild, and
Yeah.
this setup is amazing. Yeah,
How would you
stunning.
know? How would you know that the performance is really good?
Well,
amazing.
by looking at the iPod right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's someone else in this video. I don't know if you can see.
Well, I see.
It's Yu Ying. It's
Oh.
Baby Yu.
Oh.
Do you know Baby Yu?
I'm not sure, but if we would like to find out more about Big Josh and you, do you have a social media or a website that you would like to share?
Yes, sure. Just my Instagram. It's at GNOHZ. It's my last name backwards.
Thank you, Big Josh.
Thank you. No, thank you, Baby Yu. Thank you, Baby Yu.
Oh my God. Actually, should I take off the mask? I'll take off the mask. Oh no, this one is demo? Oh, yeah, sure. Demo for the live stream?
Hi, could you introduce yourself and what we are looking at right here?
I'm Ben, or Benjamin. I have made an internet-powered back scratcher called Feel the Hive. So basically, there is an app you can go to called at fth.fly.dev. And when you do so, for example, if you press the space bar, the back scratcher scratches. Yeah. Basically, the faster you tap the screen, the faster the scratcher scratches. Go for it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's pretty satisfying. It's pretty good. Yeah.
Feels like someone's like doing this to your back. It's like, yeah, like a massage, like gentle massage.
This is a really convenient tool for people. And if we would like to find out more about you and your work, do you have a website or social media that you'd like to share?
Sure. So my website is bennyboy.tech, and my Instagram is banditogym. Just find me there.
Thank you. Hey, how are you? Could you introduce yourself and this really lovely bird here? Oh, do I just talk enough? Oh, my name is Brianna Jones. This is Save the Bird Canary Resuscitator. Is that? She also helped with this. But this is, I kind of have to restart it for it to work. But the project is basically based on the late 1800s. Wow. Oh, I have to restart it literally. It's based on like the late 1800s in the mines. Miners used to bring canaries down with them, and the birds would get sick from too high of CO2 levels. So then, in order to keep the birds alive, they made this little like oxygen tank box, and they would feed the bird oxygen. So this kind of mimics that. So there's like a P5 controller that shows the O2 level, and there's an oxygen tank that acts as the controller to give the bird oxygen. So Ying's gonna spin it, and once the oxygen level hits the high point, then the bird will start to fly. So it's cool. Thank you for sharing this amazing bird. And if we want to find out more about your work, do you have a website you would like to share or anything? My website is like bingna. Actually, it's kind of complicated. I have a GitHub. Find me on LinkedIn. Brianna Jones on LinkedIn. I don't know. Thank you. Thank you, Bree. Hi, how are you? Could you introduce yourself and your piece here?
Okay, so hi guys. So this is I'm Li Fei, and this is a PCB board I made, and this is like a noise guitar, as I said, and It's basically like a synthesizer only make noise. And do you want me to introduce like how it works?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so like this part is like the audio part. So in the middle is like off, but if you turn it to this side, is like an internal speaker, and on that side is like the external audio output. So it's two parts. And right now in the middle part, like all the toggle switch is like toggle between using the light sensor to use like a controller or like using the knobs as a controller. So right now the setting is like toward this side, so using this guys and this knobs. So basically I can do music like this, not music but like noise. And they control like different aspects of the sound.
So this is also controlling.
This is controlling. But like I can do like individuals too.
This is really subtle and so cute. I would say like the interaction here.
Yeah, thank
you. Do you have a social media or websites you would like to share if you want to find out more about your work?
Yeah, so my Instagram is leafew_design. So I have like a bunch of works on in that Instagram account. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Is this your work?
Yeah, this is mine. You can't really see it. Should you go over there? Yeah, yeah.
Everything is not. What is the title again?
Everything not saved.
Saved.
Yes.
Yeah. Show the sets.
You can ask me questions.
Hi, could you introduce yourself and your work here?
Sure. My name is Isabel. I'm a first year ITP student, and my project is called Everything Not Saved. It's an interactive fiction piece. It's hosted on itch.io, and it's built with Unity. And the basic premise is that you're cleaning out your childhood room's desk because your parents are leaving and they're downsizing. And so you have to go through each item and think about what it means to you and if you want to trash it or save it.
Do you want to do a short demonstration?
Sure, yeah, because the camera can
Or
yeah, I can talk while
Sure.
Sure. So this is you're in your room and then you go to this desk and it's your desk and you pull out this drawer and there are all these collection of items and I actually scan these items from my childhood bedroom. And so for example, like this bulldog, plush bulldog is like actually in my room and I scanned it by Unity, so it's really cool and surreal to have it here. And so you can like interact with the objects like this and then you can click to open this pencil file and then I share some of my thoughts on each item and what it means to me, and eventually there's this question, do you keep or do you trash it? And so if I press keep, your suitcase fills up and you don't have room for everything. And so it's kind of a exercise in like how sentimental are you, how practical are you, what do you want to keep, what do you want to throw away? And that's sort of the core question I want to investigate.
Yes, this is definitely a project all about memories.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you so much.
And if we would like to find out more about your works, do you have a website or social media you would like to share?
Sure. My website with my portfolio and other works like this is isabellee.me. So it's ISABELLEE.me. Me.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi, could you introduce yourself and your work?
Hi, my name's Erin. So my work is for digital fabrication. It's called hybrid egg. So basically, the structure is for my own interpretation of internal structure of a insect embryo. It's inspired by the organic ways that their internal structure are flowing, and I using by using the liquid of like dark red liquid, so remind people to like think or question if this form is alive or not. That's basically it.
Thank you for sharing your project. And if we would like to find out more about your works, do you have a social media or a website that you would like to share?
Oh yeah, sure. Do I just say it? Yeah. So my Instagram is xxerinNB, and the website is erintao.com.
Thank you. Hi, could you introduce yourself and what we are looking at right here?
Yeah, hi, my name's Christina Capelli. You're looking at my project, which is a high def footage of microscopic Volvox algae that I'm tracking. And over there on the other screen, there are these little white lines that are being drawn in the direction and the movement that the cells are moving in. And then overlaid on top of that, there's mirror imaging of human outlines. So if you get close enough, if you step in a little bit, then you can kind of see your outline and play around within these render drawings.
Can I try?
Yeah, go for it. Uh-huh. So you want to go over there. Uh-huh. Yeah. Cool. Thanks.
Thank you. This is such a playful experience. And if we want to find out more about your works, do you have a social media or website that you would like to share?
Yeah, right now I just started an Instagram. It's called What's Chris Doing Now? And you can find me on Instagram there.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Wait, is it live? It's live.
Hi, how are you? Could
Hi.
you introduce yourself
Hi.
and your work?
Okay, hi. My name is Hurry Chen. So I am with Pete, like Pete Zhang and then Anwei Kentak, but they're not here because they're presenting other work. But this is our project. It's called Mouse X. X is for experimental. This is an experimental device. Essentially, you can use as a mouse. So I'll demonstrate how this works. So you put this, you put the device onto your wrist, and then you place this device on your index finger, and then you put these toggle switches on your index and middle finger, right? So the idea is that you're able to, sorry, give me a second. Yeah, just making sure it's plugged in. So as you can see, I can use this to control the cursor. That's synchronized with my my thumb movements. And I want to scroll. If I want to scroll, then all I have to do is to touch these switches. I have to touch these switches, and then yeah, exactly. And then now it's in scrolling mode. So if I want to check out a video, I just single click on this, and now that's plays. I can do some video controls. It's like a normal mouse. If I want to open this tab on a new link, I just have to toggle it, and then I can. Oh, sorry. Now I can open link in a. So that was basically a right click. So when I hold down these toggles, it enables right click. There.
Nice. I would say I really want this mouse X right now.
Oh,
and if we want to find out more about your work, do you have a website or social media you would like to share?
Oh yes, my social media is metadata_0. So well, I post a bunch of my other work as well besides this, but check it out. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, how are you? Could you introduce yourself and your work here?
Hi, I'm Vivian Nyam, and I am an AR VR artist. And today here I have a AR installation called Reunion Dinner. And basically it's how I relate to home, and Singaporean food is home to me. So over here you can see the memories. Can you zoom in or?
Give us a sec.
Can you see?
Could you demonstrate again?
I'll bring you. I'm so sorry, but yeah. Yeah, so basically my grandma is teaching me how to cook before I left for New York. Yeah, and you can see like different kinds of like how to cook over here. And eventually you'll go to the eating part.
Oh. So we got an eating part here.
And you can kind of like see the food that we eat for reunion dinner.
That looks so tasty.
Thank you. Yeah, there's like chicken over here.
Okay, let me just try more.
There's like soup, and there's like chicken, like vegetables, and over here is like a card with my grandmother and my hands. So yeah, that's my project.
We definitely miss home food.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
And if we want to find out more about your work, do you have a website or social media you would like to share?
Yes, you can follow me on Instagram, vivs.playground, or you can also find my website, find me on LinkedIn, Vivian, Vivian Nyam, Ngiam.
Thank you, Vivian. Hi, could you introduce yourself and what we are looking at right here?
Okay, so I'm Len. I'm first year in ITP, so I made a heart rate clock here. What it actually doing is like connect the pulse sensor to detect your heartbeat. So your heart beating faster, the clock will like walk in a fast speed. So I just want to feel that everyone can feel like we all have different bodies, we have different pace of life. So I want to know what it looks like if we have a clock that will show it controlled by our body. So let's take a look.
Can we try out?
Yeah, sure. You want to try?
Yeah, why not?
Or I have some audience here. Would that be great?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Come try it. We try together.
Yeah, you can sit here. And all you need to do is put your fingertips to cover this bottom and try together.
Oh, just
Slightly-
hover it.
Yeah, slightly as you can. It will show the difference of everyone's heart rate.
Oh, I see the screen moving. Do you want to show the screen here? Wow, mine is moving so fast. So does that mean my heart beats really fast?
Yeah, so I'm making the normal speed to like close to 1, so it's heart rate really quick, like 1.2.
This is really interesting, and honestly, I feel really touched. Thank you.
That good?
Yeah, and so
What's the question for?
if we would like to find out more about your works, do you have a website, social media that you would like to share?
Yeah, my name's Len. So if you want to find me on Instagram, you can type yc.lan underline .lan. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm supposed to talk to you. I started already. Okay. Hi. Rocky. Okay, sorry. Hi.
Hi, how are
Good,
you?
how are you?
Could you introduce yourself and what we're looking at right here?
Yes, my name is Gracie. We're looking at a collection of clocks that we made for our time class. So they're all just like a bunch of different types of clocks. These two are software clocks. They tell like real time. This one is a conveyor belt clock, and it will move every minute and every hour. This one is like a communication device for people who have families in like that live in really different time zones. So for example, the person who made this, Suraj, his family lives in India. So the screen will indicate if it's a smiley face, will be like, we're awake and you can call us. And then vice versa. And then this clock over here is a hour clock. So it displays the hours. If you look on the top of the clock, it displays the hours. But it's not, it's moving faster than it would normally right now.
How would you like us to interact with it?
Just looking at it, there's not really much interaction, like, at all.
Wow. Love the faces here. If we would like to find out more about your work, do you have a website
Yes.
or social media that you would like to share?
Sure. My website is graciegracevillahan.com. My last name's hard to spell, so Gracie Grace WHELIHAN.com. And then I'm not sure about Rocky, but
You want to ask him to come and say his.
Rocky, do you want to talk about your project?
Hi, could you introduce yourself and what we're like? What you did in your project?
Yeah, for sure. So my name's Rocky. I'm an ITP second year, and this is a sphere clock that I made for a time class. So basically, this clock would show the current hour on the clock face facing up, and it would slowly move from number to number to show what time it is right now. That's basically the idea. Supported by 3 motors. The sphere ball, stainless steel, spray painted with the number. That's it. That's my idea.
Thank you for sharing. If we want to find out more about your work, do you have a website or social media you would like to share?
Yeah, I'll have my Instagram, but do you want me to say it? So it's song, SONG_42 on Instagram. It's kind of private, but if you, I'll make sure you get the information you need.
Thank you so much.
For sure.
You guys are not supposed to go to Rocky. You're supposed to be here.
So, well, everything is coming from an API. So client is like forecasting.
they provide you the data, and what they have is they have their own algorithm to determine how good or bad the surface, and like some of them for things
Just show. No, no, just show. And then when you see your hand.
give you a number based on their
I think you guys know interview.
Hi.
Sorry.
Oh. Hi. Could you
Hello.
introduce yourself and your work?
Yes, I'm Manan. This is my project for the semester across multiple classes. It's a surf clock. It shows you the surf forecast at present moment. Right now, it's showing for a spot in Sydney called Deadman's. On the right is a little e-ink display that shows you the wind and the swell, like how the waves are. To the left, the circle shows you a 24-hour window and shows you how much sunlight you have. So everywhere that where it's yellow, it's daytime. So that hour is daytime. The red is showing you what time it is right now, and on the top is the noon and the bottom is midnight. So right now in Australia, it's about 8 o'clock, I think. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock something in Australia. Their sun rose at like 5 a.m. today, and it's gonna set at 8 p.m. because it's summer there. And there's a moon in there that tells you the moon calendar. So right now, it's a crescent moon, and this little circle will show you the tides. It's falling tide right now. As it comes up on the left, it's a rising tide. When it hits the top, it's the high tide. But it's all fabricated on like CNC and some laser cuts in there, some vacuum forming. And yeah, it's just my interpretation of what I like to look at when it comes to time.
Thank you for sharing. You have
Yeah.
a really great fabrication here.
Yes.
And if we would like to find out more about your work, do you have a website or social media you would like to share?
Not at the moment. So
No problem.
yes.
Thank
All right,
you.
thank you.
Sorry, this is a meditation thing going on, so you guys can take a peek maybe from here. Would you? Sure, yeah. This is.
Introduce
I'm
yourself.
Nima.
Yeah.
I'm working. I'm Nima. I'm working with Andy and Zay. This is a project using EEG sensors, so we get the reading from the Muse headband, and we draw this visual on the screen of the person going through the meditation. Different brain waves are recorded through the Muse headband and then drawn into this iris-looking sketch that you can maybe take a look at now.
Sure. Thank you for sharing this great meditation.
No worries.
Do you want to share your websites or social media?
Uh, my social media, I'm Nima NNS on Instagram, and nimaniazi.com, NIAZI. And then all the other guys, I don't know, Zay and Adriana, you can maybe ask them.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Thank you.
Okay, this is our projects for today. Thank you. See you tomorrow.